Now stop me if you've heard this one before. Single 10mm dynamic driver. Well, we got another one. Hey awesome friends, I am Awesome Danny, and today we're going to talk about this guy right here. This is the new Moondrop Kadenz. I keep wanting to say cadenza because there's so many of those, but these guys decided to drop the A. So this was provided by Apos Audio for review. It's a loaner set. I don't get to keep it. They didn't ask that I say anything in particular, just to give it a review, then send it back. So like I mentioned, Moondrop Kadenz is a single 10mm dynamic driver IEM. This IEM is priced at $189.99. At this point right now, as of recording this video, there is a sale. I think it was down to like $161, but the review will be based off of the full MSRP. So as far as the unboxing goes, it was actually really fun. Good presentation, stuff that I usually expect from Moondrop. And as far as the accessories go, they're actually quite nice as well. You get a lot of accessories with this. There's a lot of inclusions here, a lot of stuff that you don't even expect, so it feels like you're getting extra for what you pay for. All of the accessories have a really good build feel to them, so they feel, you know, a little bit more premium, a little more sturdy, well put together. My main issue was with the cable. The cable is kind of prone to memory. It doesn't kink, but it's a little on the stiff side, so it makes it kind of annoying to use, and the ear hooks kind of float over my ear, so sometimes they would just like kind of flop out. Man, I hate it when it just flops out like that. But overall, like I mentioned, there's a lot of accessories here. Let me read off the list. You have a nice circular leather case. The cable that I mentioned comes in 4.4. There is extra nozzles with this set, so the nozzles don't change the sound. They're actually meant to change the length of the nozzle, that way you can try to find a better fit. They're not intended to change sound, but depending where it ends up sitting in your ear, it could actually, you know, affect the sound somewhat. So keep that in mind. You might not see it, you know, change the frequency response on any graphs. I mean, what do graphs know anyways? But where it ends up sitting in your ear could affect your experience. We also have a 4.4 to 3.5 adapter included. That way, if you know you don't use 4.4, which is the standard on this cable, you can go to 3.5. And then you also get a dongle DAC. All of these connections and adapters, everything are all made with the same cable material and the same finish and hardware, so it all matches, which is really nice. Everything matches, which also makes it feel like everything in this box was made for this set. Makes the packaging and presentation overall much more cohesive. You also get 2 pairs of ear tips. The Moondrop spring tips make a return here finally. There's a lot of sets that I've been going through from Moondrop recently, and a lot of them don't have the spring tips anymore. Though the one thing with this set is the way the nozzle is designed, it like really holds on to ear tips, especially like the more malleable, softer or thinner ones like the spring tips. So every time I use the spring tips, I actually had to unscrew the nozzle and then push the nozzle out through on the other side to get the ear tips off if I wanted to swap, because I felt like I might rip the tips if I just ended up trying to pull them like normal. And also a carrying pouch, I guess, so you can throw all the extra stuff in there, because everything does not fit in the carrying case. Carrying case has enough room for the IEMs, the cable, and maybe a pair of extra ear tips thrown in there. Not very much room at all. So overall, no skimping out on the quality and the quantity of the accessories. And now for everybody's favorite part of the video, graph sniffing. Here's the graph. Go ahead and sniff it, and let's go ahead and go over the sound signature keywords. So the sound signature keywords are crisp, distinct, slender, uptight, and executive. So there's your graph, there's your sound signature keywords. Go ahead and, you know, maybe like the video, comment, subscribe, something. If that's all you needed, hit that subscribe button and then you're free to go. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some sound impressions. So overall bass is front ended. We have a little bit more focus on the mid bass punch instead of the sub bass rumble. The sub bass is actually just present. You don't really feel it. It's not that deep, not textured, not visceral. It's just kind of there in the background. And even though the mid bass is the focus on the bass presentation, it's a little polite as well. So it does punch, It is kind of clean, but not as intrusive or emphasized as I would like. So just kind of weak, a little feeble. Vocals overall, both male and female can fall a little flat. They are pretty clean and top ended, and that makes female vocals feel a little bit more airy and sharper and ahead of the mix. But just overall, the vocals lack a little bit of meat. I just feel like they could use a little bit more substance. Treble is okay. It's the usual single dynamic driver stuff. I'm not a big fan of the single dynamic driver treble. It always feels like there's a couple of peaks, at least one, and it's just some parts of it comes off as a little sharp and overall not as well defined as I would like. So the driver does feel quick and concise. It feels capable. So overall, with the tuning and the driver, the sound ends up being very distinct and clear cut. Details feel like they pop, a little bit of sparkle and refinement to them, but overall the single dynamic driver cohesiveness still comes through. It makes everything sound like one sound. Nothing pops ahead too much. And now it's time for a new segment that we're going to try in some videos. I'm going to call it Cope Set and Broke Set. We're going to go over two sets. A set that you can go for if you want to cope this set, and then the set that you want to go to if you want to go broke for this set. So basically, if you want to save money and get something similar, there's going to be the cope set. If you want to spend more money and get something similar but better, there's going to be the broke set. And funny enough, both sets happen to be Tangent sets. Isn't it like Moondrop's, I don't know, secret lover brand or something? They're always doing things together. It's kind of sus. So the cope set is the Tantrum For You, which has a very similar feel, you know, the cleanliness, the top endedness, the crispiness, but the For You ends up being a little bit more versatile because you have switches that can change things quite a bit. Overall build is better on the Kadenz, and the accessories are better on the Kadenz. You're getting a lot more for the premium you're paying for, but For You is still a solid option if this is the kind of sound you want to pursue. And for the broke set, that is the Tantrum Origin. Very similar sound presentation, just feels a lot more capable and a lot cleaner. The texts are a lot better on the Origin, but you still get, you know, the full package, the build quality, the inclusions, all the accessories on the Origin. And it's not that much more than the Kadenz, but it is definitely a step up, and you would get what you pay for if you decide to go for the broke set. So that's it, guys. That is the Moondrop Kadenz. As for my rec rating, I give it a solid 2 out of 3. It is a good product. It is well built, well put together. It does what it set out to do. Sound is just not completely there for me. I'm sure some people might enjoy it quite a bit. I've never tried the Kato, so can't compare to that, unfortunately, but it's missing a little something for me and makes it a really good contender to look for on a sale. Like, for example, right now there is a sale. Go ahead and check it out. I'll leave the link in the description for you guys. But other than that, I am Awesome Danny, and until next time, you stay awesome, friends. Bye.